Now to Hollywood Beach. That's where officials right now, they're trying to keep people away.
That's right. Local 10 News reporter Roy Ramos is live there with an update tonight. Roy.
Well, the good news here is those large crowds are no longer on the beach, and that is likely because officers continue to patrol up and down the sand right here. In fact, you can still see officers standing on the boardwalk right there, making sure that people do not get onto the beach. As for businesses, we are seeing some of them close their doors while others remain open and continue to operate. Barricades blocking entrances to the sand, police patrolling the boardwalk, and in some cases, officers asking business owners to shut their doors. Fort Lauderdale beaches shut down.
It's probably a prudent measure taken by the local officials, in order to contain what is, a pervasive pandemic.
Just a day after Governor Ron DeSantis ordered that businesses including restaurants, bars, taverns, pubs, nightclubs, breweries, and any other alcohol or food service that seats more than 10 people should shut down, and we are seeing some unnecessary businesses up and running.
People may have individual needs that might necessitate that their business be open.
Along the boardwalk, we spotted people gathering for walks and exercise. So Heel Khalil told me he's glad to see the beaches clear out, fearing the spread of the coronavirus that he is vulnerable to because of a respiratory condition.
I think these teenagers or spring breakers, they are very irresponsible. I mean, who knows if they have the coronavirus, and they go home, they give it to their parents or their grandparents.
While some people we spoke with were dissatisfied with the closures,
I want the beach to be open. I mean, because we're still here.
Others are heeding the warnings from health officials.
They shouldn't be open. They shouldn't social distancing,
And as we come back out, you can still see people walking up and down the boardwalk right here, trying to get some exercise in, but maintaining that distance. As for businesses, if you are a business owner and not sure if you should remain open or close your doors, we have put more information on that on our website. You can find it at local10.com. Here on Fort Lauderdale Beach, Roy Ramos, Local 10 News.
Roy, thank you. Meanwhile, another day of testing for the virus at CB Smith Park in Pembroke Pines.
Hundreds were tested and dozens were turned away. Local 10 News reporter Syra Anwar is live in Pembroke Pines with this part of the story. Syra, what's it looking like out there?
So, Alex, they actually had so many people come in here today that they hit capacity at 2 p.m. A high demand again here today at CB Smith Park for COVID-19 testing. This park staffed with 100 medical professionals and National Guardsmen.
Happy to report that yesterday in total they took 745 samples that are now being processed, with the results hopefully forthcoming as soon as possible.
We will continue testing until we reach maximum capacity of vehicles for that day.
On day 2 of free testing at CB Smith Park, Memorial Healthcare's primary care director, Dr. Jennifer Goldman, making a point to emphasize who can be tested. The drive-through testing at the park exclusively for first responders, police, fire, and medical staff who come in with their ID badges. The testing is also for people 65 or older with symptoms and chronic conditions. They're asked to bring an ID. Also able to test individuals who traveled internationally to an affected geographic area. If the person does not meet that criteria, they're directed to the exit. Yesterday, 87 people who tried to drive through were turned away. Potential patients come in through the front entrance of the park at Flamingo Road and Johnson Street. The drive is then divided into 3 sections. At the first stop, nurses ask you the screener questions to see if you can proceed. At the second stop, National Guardsmen get your contact information so they can call you with results in 3 days. At the third stop, patients have a swab run either through their mouth or their nose, all the way into their throat. Dr. Goldman tells us what to do if you don't meet the criteria for testing but are feeling sick.
You need to stay home and isolate yourself. That's the most important thing so that we can prevent the spread of this virus to others. If, however, you're nervous about your symptoms and you're concerned, the first thing to do is go ahead and call your primary care provider.
People should expect a wait. It could be a few hours before you actually reach the screening point.
Pembroke Pines police say testing will happen until 5 p.m. unless the park reaches its 250 vehicle capacity before then. At that point, they'll stop allowing cars in for testing. Right now, it's just too early to predict what that cutoff time could end up being.
If you're not able to enter the park before the queue reaches maximum capacity, we're encouraging everyone to return the next day. The testing begins again at 9 a.m.
And this is, again, a drive-through testing site. You do have to be in a vehicle. You can't just walk up or be on a bicycle or a motorcycle. And again, expect a wait. They say bring water, bring snacks, because you may be